This is Bruce Boudreau, and it's time for Clay's Canucks commentary live. Let's go with Clay right now.
Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am Canuck Clay Emo, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take, for Wednesday night, June the 28th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for your daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. The Canucks have selected defenseman Tom Willander with their first pick of the 2023 draft, 11th overall. I want to get your reaction. You've already started to give me your reaction. Vote in the poll. Do you love it? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Or do you hate it? Moderators, thank you in advance. Do what you need to do. Members, that's Legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thanks for your support as always. And thanks to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from. Whether you're in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, lower mainland, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed. But the fact that you are here, or all three, the fact that you are here, I always appreciate you. I never take you for granted. So this is what I would love all of you to do. I would love for all of you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Seeing some small growth in the channel finally, which is awesome to see. Would love you to like the video. There's already 33 of you in here, but only 8 likes. You guys, that's a pretty bad ratio. Let's bump that up a little bit. I know I didn't announce that I was doing the stream. I hinted that I would be doing one, but I am doing one right now. So thank you for being here. Make sure you like the video. You can leave a donation, get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership, which is the same as a $5 donation, and someone gets to be a franchise member for free for a month. Or you can obviously yourself become a member or upgrade your own membership. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. This is what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to quickly talk about the first 13 picks of the draft tonight. I'm not going to go through the whole first round because, as some of you said, it does get kind of boring after a while. But let me talk about the other 12 picks. Then I'll end up by talking for a few minutes on Tom Willander, and then I will turn it over to all of you. But before we get going, we are going to start with Hall of Fame member Hsmfangirl Gaming, and I'm really glad that she brought this up because this rings true to my heart as well. So Fangirl, let's recognize her donation. Thank you, Fangirl, for the $7 donation in loving memory of my father who passed away 26 years ago today. Well, I hope that your father was proud of you. Actually, wait a second. Now, how old are you, Fangirl? I think you were just born, right? Yeah, that's always tough to lose a father. And I know what it's like. I'm coming up on 20 years from my father next year. So thank you for sharing that, Fangirl. Thank you for the donation. And yes, we will certainly hold your father with respect. And thank you for sharing that memory with us today. So let's give some love to Fangirl in the chat for sure. Thank you for that. And thank you for the donation, Fangirl. Thank you for being here tonight on such an important day for your family, too. Oh, I don't know if that sounded a little choppy on your side. I did on my side. Want to recognize Harry using his 9-month membership message saying, "Hi, Clay, how are you? What does Tom Willander bring to the table? And was it weird that there was no blockbuster trades during the draft?" Great questions. Yeah, surprised there were no trades at all, especially... But, you know, the fact that there were no trades tells me this, that there was such a diverse opinion among all the players in the first round that teams all had different lists, all had different guys that they wanted to go after, and therefore there weren't any trades because it wasn't like there's a clear consensus top 10 and then everyone else was bad or anything like that. I think because there's so many different draft boards and so many different ranking boards, teams said, well, why would I give up anything to move up when likely one of my guys is going to be there? So that's why I didn't think there were any trades. And hang tight, I'll get to Willander in about 10 minutes. I did a full vlog about him already, and I'll talk about him a bit more tonight in a second. Also want to recognize Coach Rob's donation. So thank you, Coach Rob, for the $2 donation, and in memory of Fangirl's dad. So appreciate that. And yes, that's a good memory for sure. And then we also have the legend herself, Carol Bovenlander, gifting a membership tonight, same as a $5 donation. So we thank legendary Carol Bovenlander for gifting a Canuck Clay membership. And that goes to your average dude from St. Paul School. Congratulations, your average dude. I'm not going to tell you to go to bed because you have no more school. So congratulations. Just as my lovely wife Gail finished her first full year as a vice principal at St. Paul School, your average dude is now done. And congratulations to you. You are going into high school. So thank you, Carol, for the donation. Appreciate it. And welcome to membership, your average dude. Let's talk about this first round really quickly, and then I'll end up with talking about Tom Willander. No surprise, the Chicago Blackhawks take Connor Bedard at number 1, but there was a surprise at number 2. I think a lot of people, the majority, not everyone, but the majority of people had Adam Fantilli pegged to go to Anaheim at number 2, but instead it's Leo Carlsson, also a center, very smart, elite vision, strong, and he's not the most exciting player ever, but he is solid, and he's been compared to Petey. He's actually been compared to Alex Barkov as well. So Leo Carlsson goes to the Anaheim Ducks, and already there was some intrigue. Then Fantilli falls to number 3, the Columbus Blue Jackets. What a great consolation prize at number 3. And then he, fast, elite offensive skill, likely going to spend one more year at Michigan. But then Columbus, I'm sure, is thrilled. They don't have a top line center, so thrilled that they have. Is Goudreau. Goudreau's a center, but I think they've never drafted their own top line center. So good on Columbus for getting Adam Fantilli. Number 4, no surprise, Will Smith, elite playmaker. Yes, Nashville Arena did play the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song, but he will be. He's got game-breaking talent, offensive skill. Offensive skills for days. So Will Smith going to be a really, really good player for San Jose, and he's in our division, Pacific Division. So and so is, I guess, Leo Carlsson, because Anaheim and San Jose both suck, and they're in our division. So we'll see what Will Smith does, but he was always going to be a top 5 guy. And then the intrigue really, really started at 5. There wasn't a lot of talk about Montreal and Mishkov. And remember yesterday I said that Mishkov wouldn't get past Philly at 7 or Washington at 8. And sure enough, David Reinbacher, the first D, goes to Montreal Canadiens. And some would say this is a bit high but remember I'm going to make this point when I talk about Willander as well. Reinbacher, Simashev, Willander, and Sandin Pellikka, they were going to go earlier than they were going to be inflated a little bit because they were the only 4 D-men, the top 4 D-men in this year's class. And you don't want to waste a chance to get that. And Montreal did not waste a chance to get a right shot D-man in Reinbacher. Nasty hits, strong, good skater, all those things. So I think it's a little high, but I could see why they did it. So that's Reinbacher at 5. And then right after that, another defenseman. This was a surprise. Dmitry Simashev from Russia goes number 6 to Arizona. Arizona always seems to pull out surprises at these drafts. And I think he is going to be, either a first or second pair guy for sure. He's a really good skater and really good defensive, good gap, all those things. But at 6 seemed a little bit high, especially when guys like Benson and Ryan Leonard were still on the board, and Michkov. But Simashev goes 6 to Arizona. And then Michkov does go at 7 to Philly. Like I said, I thought he would be Philly or Washington, but Philly picks him up. Seems like and Philly, remember, they're in the long haul for a rebuild. Michkov won't even play for another 3 years at the earliest. So they're no rush to get him, and they're no rush with their rebuild. Number 8, then, no Michkov for Washington to take. So it's Ryan Leonard. He's been compared to Matthew Tkachuk, that power forward type player. And I think he's going to be great for Washington. And this is a really, really good player. He's ranked as high as 6 in a lot of places. So the Washington Capitals pick up Ryan Leonard. Number 9, Detroit. So this is the interesting one. They take Nate Danielson, who's from the WHL, Brandon. Good two-way player, power play, penalty kill. But a lot of things we heard about him is he doesn't have the highest ceiling. He's got a safe floor, third line center, maybe even a second line center. A lot of people compared him to like Bo Horvat, and including the same toe drag move. But you know, I know Cam Robinson, who I really respect of elite prospects. He was the one that was hoping that Vancouver wouldn't take Danielson so high at 11 because he had him kind of ranked in the mid-teens, late teens. But Detroit does Vancouver 2 better and takes Nate Danielson at 9. So not only does Detroit take Danielson high, but of course it makes the Vancouver Canucks not able to take Danielson. And I think for some people, they breathed a sigh of relief. So you could say Simashev and Danielson were surprises in the top 10. At number 10, no surprise there, Dalibor Dvorsky, the center, really, really good shot, heavy player. And we knew that St. Louis was kind of after the same things that the Canucks were after, either a center or a right shot D-man. Then we get to the Canucks, which I'll skip over for a second. But remember, that's where we got to. Obviously, I think Willander or Zach Benson were the two guys people were excited about. So let's go to number 12, Arizona, with their next pick. So they take Daniil Boot, left winger, huge left winger, 6'5", 203. Plays obviously can protect the puck. Uses his size. Going to be a power forward type player. Surprised though that they went for him and not Zach Benson, who goes number 13 to Buffalo. Remember, Buffalo's got some big guys already in Tage Thompson, Alex Tuck, and then they got some skilled guys in Dylan Cousins. So he adds Zach Benson to that group, and Buffalo is looking really, really good for the future. So now that I've talked about Zach Benson, let's talk about Benson and Willander. So let's rewind a bit. The Canucks are about to pick at 11. And when St. Louis took Dvorsky, I think a lot of people were thinking it's either Benson or Willander. We know the Canucks were very high on Tom Willander. We'd heard that through the last 2 weeks. But we also know that Zach Benson was sitting there, and this is a guy who had 98 points in 60 games this year. And we know that Zach Benson, wicked offensive skill set, hockey IQ, work ethic. The one knock on him was that he's not the best skater. So just because he was small, and he's undersized a bit, 5'10", 5'9", 5'10", 170. So he's a tiny bit undersized, and he doesn't have the best wheels. Now that doesn't mean that he can't work on his skating. We know guys like Horvat have worked on his skating, and he's a much better skater now. But I'm not hoping that Zach Benson does poorly just so to justify the Willander pick. But I know, I've seen it. I know a lot of people that were upset that the Canucks passed on Zach Benson. But frankly, I am not one of those people. I know Benson can be very good, but I also know how high the Canucks were on Willander. And I also know that Willander can also be very good. I know some people who have commented on my vlog, oh no, it's Juolevi 2.0. You never know what's going to happen with injuries, but I really don't think that this is going to be Juolevi 2.0. The biggest strength about Tom Willander's game is his skating. And he's 6'1", 180, so he can still bulk up a little bit. He's not going to grow any taller, but he can still bulk up a little bit. But his skating, his mobility is phenomenal. In the offensive zone, he can make guys miss. In the neutral zone, he can make guys lift. So not only is he a great skater with great edge work, and he's not going to look like Quinn Hughes when he skates because Quinn Hughes is so small, but he's going to have similar type of tendencies, walking the line, deking guys out, and he's got a lot of poise. He's got a lot of maturity, and things just slow down for him. And that's a sign of a really good player. Is he never seems rushed. He never seems pressured. And he's competitive on defense because of his great skating. He can close gaps really quickly. He can close in on defenders. He's not the biggest guy, but he's not afraid to play with a bit of an edge, which is really, really good. And then when I see his the social media from the Canucks, when I hear him talk, he seems very mature. And the fact that most Swedish players play in the Swedish Elite League before they come over, even after they get drafted, before they come to the NHL. He chose to go to Boston University. So he's going to be playing against the Will Smiths and the Gabe Perreaults and the Oliver Moores, all those guys a lot of them are going to Boston College, actually, I think. So he's going to be playing against them next year, which is great. So I expect Willander to play 1, if not 2 years at college and then make his way over to Vancouver, either in Abbotsford or battling for a roster spot. But not this season, not next season, but 2 seasons from now. Offensively, maybe not as skilled as Sandin Pellikka, but I think he can grow into that part of his game. Now, 2.0 versus 2.0. Good point. 2.0, 2.0, 2.0. Now, with Willander, if he... And Cam Robinson from Elite Prospects, I've already mentioned him. He was on Sekeres and Price, and he says that Willander's ceiling is a top pairing guy, like a top number 1 right shot defenseman, which would be awesome. Even so, before the OEL buyout, you guys know that I always said we got to figure out the right side, and that's not even counting Ethan Bear. There's Hronek, there's Meyer, there wasn't counting Ethan Bear, but now at least we have a good, like he's way better than Jet Wu. We have a good right shot defenseman in the system now in Tom Willander. And if his ceiling is first pairing guy, but his floor is second pairing guy, I'm fine. Like, so let's project 3 or 4 years down the road. Let's say we re-sign Hronek after this season. You could have, if you don't, you could play Willander with Hughes on the top pairing, or you could play him on a second pairing and have then Hughes play with Hronek, and then we need a good left shot defenseman for sure to play with Willander. But the potential to play with Hughes is pretty exciting, and the potential to drive his own pair is also very exciting. So yes, are we gonna have buyer's remorse for not picking up Zach Benson? We could. I don't see it. I don't feel it, but you never know. And that's the beauty of drafting is you can't right here today, 5 hours after we picked him, you can't 6 hours after you picked him, you can't sit here and say, that we won or lost this draft, because we simply don't know what's going to happen with Willander. Now let's end this poll here, and then I'll turn it over to all of you. Those are some of my thoughts. Put the poll up. I said, what do you think of the Willander pick? 58% of you like it, 30% love it. So that's 88%. Only 5% dislike it, 5% hate it. So 88% of you like it or love it. Then on my Twitter, very, very similar. Like it was 63%. Love it was 23%. Dislike it 12%. Hate it 2%. So on Twitter, 86% of you people liked it or loved it. And here, 88% of you liked it or love it. So very, very similar numbers. So 9 out of 10 people either like or love this pick for the Vancouver Canucks. 100 of you in here. That is awesome. Thank you for being here. 28 of you liking the video. So let's bump that up. Let me do my mid-show sponsor read now, and then I will turn it over to all of you for your questions and your comments. Shout out to my primary sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Jason was over today. That's why I wasn't able to go onto Parker's stream. I know Parker said that I bailed on him, but no, I couldn't justify being on a stream for 10, 15, 20 minutes when I had company over, but I was able to record a quick 6-minute vlog right after the Canucks chose Tom Willander. So once again, Van City Experts Real Estate, thank you to Jason Lim and his team. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform, personal training, weight loss. Sign up, go to ptform.com to see all of their services. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. Thank you to Monkey 9 Brewing, my eternal sponsor. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Visit tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next Vessi purchase. Also, mid-show reminder to you to subscribe, to like the video, to leave a donation like I know Fangirl and Coach Rob have done. You can gift a membership like Carol has done. You can become a member, upgrade your membership. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. Okay, friends, now I'm going to turn it over to you. Let's get your comments and questions, and let's keep them hockey-related, draft-related for now. And we'll see if we get into Ask Me Anything. So it says we got some legendary Canucks YouTubers in here. Who's in here? I've been too busy blabbing that I didn't see who. Oh, I know who you're talking about. You can only be talking about one person. There we go. Lego Rocks. Gio, I know you had a massive stream tonight. I was able to pop into it on my way home from work. So Gio, glad you're here. And I hope that your stream went very well. I trust that it did. It always goes very well. Speaking of legendary YouTubers, growing slowly but steadily. Rev Trev. Hey, Kempner, glad that you are here as well. I'm going to start where I was going to start. Willander was Craig Button's #1 defenseman on the board. If he hits the ceiling, he may very well be the draft's best defenseman. I'm excited about this pick. I like that. Ricky. Thank you. Could I see the Canucks trading Bovillier and Garland to get in the second round and get more cap space? No, you're not going to get a second rounder. Look, Riley Smith got traded for a third rounder, and he's way better than Bovillier and Garland and more valuable. So, no, I think that's not going to get us a second round pick, unfortunately. Yeah, Arizona's always shocking when they draft, for sure. I feel the Canucks drafted the best guy available by position, not the best guy overall. Yeah, but remember, Bruce, as we've talked about, the defensemen were inflated because there were so few of them this year. I like how he wants to improve and be the best, just like Petey, and unlike a defenseman that GM, yes. Not 2006, but 2016. I know who you're talking about. And yeah, Willander, he's very mature, and he basically says he wants to be a difference maker, which is awesome. Cal Foot, right-hand D, 6'5". Yeah, him and Susie, that would be a massive pairing, wouldn't it be? Yeah, Gio and Kempner are both here. Awesome. Harry, I just I just talked about the draft pick for the last 8 minutes, so hopefully you heard me talk about it. So yes, I'm not sure, Harry, you're being sarcastic. I just talked about Tom Willander for about 5 or 6 minutes there. And yes, I watched all the way up until pick 15. And then we went outside and played some ping pong. Willander, defensively, good positioning, does a good job taking away space. Yes, he does indeed. Hello, Canadian Jock. I'm sure clowns in this fan base want to fail now just because they wanted someone else. Yeah, I've already seen a lot of that. And both can be true. You could have wanted the Canucks to pick Zach Benson. Yes. But that doesn't mean you have to, that you want Willander to fail. Willander can still impress you and surprise you. And you could still have wanted to pick Zach Benson, and that's fine. That's fine. Ham Hughes vibes. I think a bit of a better skater, for sure. Do the teams name jerseys for everyone high on their pick list? No, I think they have the nameplates, and then they get someone to attach it. They must. Otherwise, you're wasting a lot of jerseys, I think. Excited. Oh, Alvin's so high on Willander, they had his jersey name. Yeah, I think they bring some nameplates for sure, and jerseys, of course. Excited to see Willander in lineup Sunday. Me too. Gio's the best. Thank you, Clay. My stream went well, but I'm having a better time chilling in this one. Well, you can let someone else do the talking, but you're very good at handling. When I watch you, you handle. You know what's really funny, Gio? The part that I saw was when someone was making fun of their own looks, and you were kind of giggling, and then you caught yourself, and I love how transparent and humble you were. You basically said, and honest you were. You basically said, "Oh, I don't know how I'm supposed to react to this," and then you apologized to the guy for not reacting properly or reacting how he wanted you to react. I don't know what was going on, but yes, you handled that well, and yes, chill as long as you want in here for sure. Not upset or happy, because they drafted who they wanted and needed, but he's playing college first. Yes, at least 1 or 2 years. Montreal always playing surprises. Kotkaniemi, offer sheet, Aho, this pick. Yep. Arizona, Montreal, they always good for some intrigue around the draft. I'm not happy that we picked as low as 11th, considering what a dumpster fire the season was. I'm happy he went for defenseman. That's fair. Can you see using both thirds to hop in the seconds? I doubt it. But I also think that the Canucks could... also, if they trust their scouting department, maybe they think they're going to get really good players in the third round as well. Will Miller be traded before July 1? I highly doubt it. Who's the steal of the draft? Benson at 13. I'm not saying because the Canucks didn't take him, but Benson at 13 is a draft. And Mishkov at 7 could turn out to be really well. I think Danielson at 9 was a bit of a stretch. And Boo at 12 was a bit of a stretch. Is the blue line getting more promising? Drafting Willander and DPD? Yep. Well, it can't get any worse, quite frankly, Peter. DSS, I don't see the Canucks moving at all. I really don't. I just think there's, but we'll see. There were no trades today, so that was kind of interesting. But I wouldn't bet on them moving. Calfoot would be awesome with Huggy. Yes, he likes those big players for sure. What you surprised? Were you surprised that we passed on Benson? No, because I heard Willander's name more than Benson in this market. If I were the GM, I would have. My three would have been at that point would have been Willander, Benson, or Oliver Moore. I'm surprised Moore went so low. I'm surprised Gabe Perreault went so low, actually. I think Arizona missed the mark a little bit with their 2 picks. Or at least with the Boo pick. And I think that not sure Detroit picked Danielson at 9, but then later who did Detroit get? They also got Sandin Pellikka. Okay, that's not bad, I guess. I think Jaeger to Pittsburgh at 14 was a little bit high as well. Willander has mostly played forward and just recently played defense. Does that concern you? No, it gives me great hope that he'll have more offense in his game than people are predicting. But yes, I found that interesting that he did play forward. Willander, the next Jovo, maybe. No, I did not see this fan on Twitter who thought Bedard was going to Vancouver. Yeah, and I don't want Zach Benson to fail. But I have heard concerns about his skating. But he could alleviate all those concerns with some massive point totals for sure. Do I think that Willander will thrive under Rick Tocchet? So hard to say, but if he plays hard, I'm sure he'll endear himself to Tocchet. I didn't have Benson high because of size and speed. Don't get the criticism. Oh, about the pick. Yeah. Where would he play if we took him? Well, he wouldn't be ready for at least 1 or 2 years, so I don't think we have to worry about where we would play him just yet. Surprised you're streaming today with the kind of emotional week I've had. It feels nice to have your stream today. Well, thank you, Evo Twin, Gurpreet. I hope that you're doing okay, and I'm glad that we can have some fun tonight, hopefully for you. Yeah, Crystal not picked today. They do bring nameplates. The printer has them. Yes, that makes sense. Has to sign an NDA. That makes sense. I do not expect the Canucks to pull off any blockbusters. I'm sure Canucks would have gotten the guys, the Redway drafted from Sweden. Imagine they got both. Oh, yes, because we used, that 17th pick was ours, and we traded it to Detroit for Hronek. Weird names and jokes. Vancouver did a great job. How many years do you think Willander will be in a Canucks uniform? I think he's going to play 2 years in college. Wonder if the new guy can be a poor man's Pesci or McAvoy. Maybe even better. I think he'll be better than those guys. Hey, stupid tourist, Lego 99 and Clay in the same stream. Big fans of both your work. Well, thank you. I've seen you here, and yes, I'm a big fan of Lego's work as well. Second round is full of studs. Wish we had a pick there. Would I rather have Hronek or ASP and a second? Very tough for me to say because I haven't seen Hronek play. ASP, I don't know if we want ASP and he was on the same team. Only from a standpoint of not sharing power play time, but it's good to have another option. I'm going to reserve judgment until I see Hronek play, quite frankly, Jack. Good right-hand Ds. We're all going the first round. Better scores, but we need a stronger back line. Oh, say hi next time. Say hi next time. All of them were a steal too. I agree. Canucks would have taken Dvorsky for sure if St. Louis hadn't. Yes, I think the Canucks had Dvorsky, and Willander and Danielson in their sights. I was not surprised when the Canucks drafted the D-man. My opinion, the Canucks picked 9 to 14. They would have selected Willander. Yeah. I think he was high on their boards for sure. Better draft D-man than giving up significant assets for a right-hand D. Yes, it's very hard to get right-shot D. You got to draft them because it's going to cost you an arm and a leg to sign one in free agency, and it's going to cost you an arm and a leg to trade for one. It depends. I think I think the thing about university hockey is you're not playing as many games, so you're working out more, which is good if you need to add size, and you're already playing on North American ice rinks. Take care, DSS. Kobe Barlow, no, mid-teens is about where I would put him. Yeah, Alvin did not thank Nashville, did not congratulate Vegas, and did not congratulate David Poyle. A B for drafting Willander. Yeah, that's okay. Simashev in an arenas hockey market. Yes, Habs drafting is always fun for sure. Swedes love Vancouver, and Vancouver loves Swedes. Hey, D'Ultima, nice to see you. Yeah, Flames and Jets, or I think Flames are having a rough. Both are pretty bad. Current prospect pool: Sealaws, Lekaramaki, DPD, and now Willander, Carlson. It's getting better. It's still not the best, but hopefully we can bulk it up tomorrow. Willander, the next. Juice, Bieksa. No, I do not think he's a bust pick. You can't say any of these guys are bust picks. They have not played a single game yet. But even so, I think it's a good pick. Tyler gives an A+. Can use a Canadian. I am Benson. Brent Burns, a forward who ended up on D. You want the Canucks to get more draft capitals. Trade down a few spots, get a third rounder. Willander will still be there. Get a third rounder. Yeah, there's always the chance, though, that if they really wanted Willander after Danielson and Dvorsky were gone, they didn't want to risk not being able to chance to get him. The Canucks get guys drafted free agency that want to play here. It's a big turning point. You think Tocchet will be gone by the time Willander makes the team? Yes, a lot of good players still available. Yes, he's better skater than Tanev. Trade Sean and Jake for Bedard. Can you ask Alvin? Alvin, Sean and Jake for Bedard? No, it's going to take more than that, I think. I'm so thankful Matthew Wood got drafted in Nashville. Yes, I know he's your neighbor, Kempner. You must be very happy for him. If he played for the Canucks, how many points do you think he'll produce on this team? I would say in his first year, he'll get 30, and I want him maxing out at 40, maybe 40 points once he plays for us. If Alvin waited till today to trade for Hronek, it would only cost first. Yeah, so that's the interesting part is I don't know why they traded for him at that when they did. Looks like he's a really good player, and I look forward to seeing how he develops. Me too. Yes, he could play with Hughes on the first pairing or anchor the second pairing. Welcome back, Average Dude. Yes, I do like what Kate Pedersen is doing for Canucks Social. What do you mean, why is there 120 people here? Because they want to be here, and they want to hear my take, and they want to share their take. What kind of question is that? Just kidding. What is our defensive line? Well, Willander's not going to play yet, so right now we only have 3 guys, Hughes, Hronek, and Myers. We don't know if they're going to offer Bear. We don't know who's going to fill in on the left side just yet. Benson could be the next Cole Caulfield. Yep, that's fair. On D, Kempner, I've heard Susie's name. I've heard Ian Cole's name. Up front, I don't know. I haven't heard this, but I want them to go after Pia Suter. Barlow looks like he has kids and is 50. Hey, that you just explained me. Will Vancouver make a trade tomorrow? My guess is no. I love how Alvin gets right to the point. Grandma taken to hospital in critical condition. After not improving for a few days, doctor shows she may not survive the week. But today she started showing improvement. Well, I will say a prayer for your grandma, Gurpreet. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, do it, Dogwood. Someone will draft you for sure. Yes, Todd Diamond is Willander's agent and also Nikita Tramkin's agent. Great point. I think the Jets did well in that trade. I also think LA did well in that trade, but I don't think it moves the needle that much, especially if other guys want to leave. Apparently, Chicago Bedard's ELC ready. Yes, I saw that too. Canucks are missing a pest. Marchand, Bertuzzi, Bunting style. Corey Perry, the ultimate heel. Hopefully we get Crystal. Yeah, not with we won't get him without a second round pick. Do you think Canucks are going after Susie, then replace Myers with Willander after Willander's done with the NCAA? Yeah, I think Willander's two years away though. Right D would be Hronek, Willander, Susie. Yeah, I thought Susie's a lefty though. Isn't Susie a left-hander? But correct me if I'm wrong, please. Do I think the Canucks will make the playoffs? I hope so. Canucks need to trade our picks from our remaining third and fourth and trade up to the second and draft Crystal. Yeah, it might take a bit more, but that would be interesting. Do you think Canucks could be a playoff contender when Willander joins the team? Yeah, depending on what happens over the next couple of years. I that's fair. Had they waited, Hronek could have been acquired by another team, so that's why they got him early. That's a good point too. They wanted Hronek fast because he was maybe on the move. Yes, there we go, and teams may have bidded for him. Best streamers, Clay in the hockey. Well, I appreciate that. I think there's some other good streamers as well. Don't get the hype on Bear. I take Luke back and give him the money. Yeah, not everyone's the biggest fan of Ethan Bear. Okay, we got another person entering the draft. Yeah, do it. Cal Foot, yes, massive. Lucci, I heard that Lucci's going back to Boston. When's Yoni? Yeah, Yoni Yormo. Good point. The Finnish, I forgot about him. I don't know. Susie is a lefty but plays both sides. Played right day with Seattle. Thank you for that. Clay signed Canucks. Huh? Canucks should sign you for third center? Okay. Everyone wants to play for the team now. Susie is a lefty. Get Yoni Yormo going. If the Canucks don't make it to the playoffs, I'd be concerned. Well, that's the hope. I was crushed when Philly picked Michkov. Would have been so awesome to get Washington, get him at 8. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about him not going to Philly. Safe pick. Who did the Coyotes pick? The Coyotes picked Simashev at 6 and Boot at 12. Boo, not Boot. I wanted Hanzek picked. Yeah, he went 16 to Calgary. If it were up to you, would you want Ian Cole or Susie? I would want Susie. He's way younger. Some Russian player compared to Bedard a few years ago. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. Canucks missed Rome, Ballard, Hamius Bieksa, all big hitters. Yeah, Ballard had a wicked hip check. Is Calfoot a free agent or trade target? Someone just said that he's not going to get qualified, so he's going to become a UFA. If the Canucks don't get one in free agency, yikes. Then do you hope that Ratu steps in, or can McDonough play center? Yikes. Sasson, Niels Atman, keep him on the fourth line. Surprise Ducks at Carlson. Yeah, we'd heard that they might not be sold, that it wasn't a slam dunk for Fantilli. Of course, if Willander trajects like Dahlin, I'd be happy. Also, Willander patterns his play after Miro Heiskanen, who's also a very good defenseman. Clay should get drafted for first overall in floor hockey. Don't have the best stamina. Willander was best player available. We know nothing compared to management. I agree with that, Brian. Imagine Hronek and Hanzek on the same team. I am very happy with the Canuck pick. Yes, I've expressed it both in my vlog and tonight, Arman. I am happy. Does Jetrou make the roster next year? I think not on opening night, but I think he will get NHL games. I see. Love you, man, but no. Watch the replay, please. I think Willander is William Nylander. Yes, and Hoglander. Confusing. I do not think the Canucks will be able to trade Besser. There's no market. You think Canucks will overpay for Compher? No, I don't. I take a gander at Sasson, Carlson, or Baines coming up to the big club. Jack, again, offering 3C. What was Jason's reaction to drafting Willander? He was okay with it. I think he wanted. I think him and Sean, my son, wanted Benson more than, and I was happy with Willander. CBJ got a good pick, but maybe not going to be as good. We'll see. Underrated defenseman. Heiskanen, would you say he's underrated? I don't know. He got picked pretty high. I think Shea Theodore is really good. Connor still follows the Canucks. Taking the bus home wearing a Yotes jersey. The first thing I thought was poor kid with all the worries of being a teen. He also has to worry about his team not having a home. Oh, that's what you're thinking about, the yes. Well, maybe he's a very loyal fan. Willander and Wallander. Quinn Hughes not being interested in being around for a rebuild. He'll probably be traded by the time Willander is a regular on the roster. I hope not, but that's incumbent on the Canucks now to build a winner here for both Hughes and Petey. If the Canucks don't get anyone during free agency, yikes. Well, they got to fill 2 left spots. They got to get someone. But if they don't, I go Willander and Hirose. and that's not great. Just hope they don't do a Jason Garrison. What's that? Paying them too much? If Willander can come close to Heiskanen, it's a big win. I agree. I know Parker wanted Benson. Barbashev 5x5. It's about right. I definitely don't say it's a steal, but I wouldn't say it's an overpayment. It's about right. O'Reilly too old. Could Linus Karlsson fit in that third line role? Maybe. Have concerns about his skating though, for sure. Yes, they will get some people in free agency. All right, guys, we're at 41 minutes. I will entertain 2 or 3 more minutes of hockey-related questions. Then I will do a couple minutes of Ask Me Anything before wrapping it up. Thoughts on the Tyler Toffoli trade? Yeah, considering what Calgary gave up to get him, yeah, you're seeing Toffoli, Hall, Smith, all these guys. There's no market for overpriced wingers right now. Would the Canucks do Connor Garland for Jason Robertson? The Canucks would, but Dallas wouldn't. Prime, Hamhuis, and Bieksa? Well, we had them for a while. Arizona seems to make such questionable decisions. Yes, Barrett Hayton a few years ago. Riley Smith only got a third. Yeah, so that kind of slows the roll when it comes to expectations for a Garland or a Beauvillier, for sure. Yes, we were beneficiaries of that for sure, of Quinn Hughes falling to us. Yeah, I wonder who we would have picked instead. I think usually they hook up to training camp first, Evil Twin, and then we'll see what happens from there. My favorite Canucks captain, Luongo's my all-time favorite player, and he was a captain, so I guess it's him. Garland for Lafreniere. Okay, let's go to Ask Me Anything now, and as we wind down the hockey questions as well. So let's go to Ask Me Anything. Justin, how do you see the Bloodline story unfolding? I think ultimately, I think the Usos will win. There'll be a bit of dissension between Roman and Solo. And I think one of them is going to turn on the other. Not just yet, but eventually. And then you'll see the Bloodline completely collapsed. Prospects camp. Usually it's July. So I don't know when, actually. Take care, Coach Rob. Training camp is September 21 to 25 this year. Isn't it strange that agents of Pods and Michkov got them to sign a contract in the K? But maybe that's where they thought they'd make guaranteed money first. Daniel or Henrik? Prefer Henrik. We were eating pizza. Oh, no. Did it just... No, it hadn't arrived yet, but we ordered pizza in today. When's your next bowling tournament and who's competing? There's a doubles tournament on July 23rd, but I'm not sure if we're going to go into it. Sean would be my partner. We're thinking of getting Usos, We the One shirts, actually, because we won the last tournament, the team tournament, the 4-man tournament. But there's also a big picnic at our church that day, so we're not sure what we're going to do. Lyndon was the best captain ever. What was your kid's favorite TV show? Jacob loves Blue's Clues. So Sean did. Jacob watched a lot of Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, and I think Kayla just watched YouTube all the time. Oh, they also watch together. The kids will watch a lot of The Office. Yeah, they watch a lot of The Office as well. Sam, I have not bowled actually. I've only bowled once or twice since April, so I should be bowling more. But I enjoying the break. Admittedly, they still have leagues on Tuesday night, but I only went once, and I did that one stream with the kids once. So I haven't been bowling a lot. Pizza Hut tonight. Daniel Sedin should lead the prospects at the Gross Grind for 11 times straight. Was I at Canucks versus Sharks on March 23rd, the year 7-2, and I'm quite sure I saw you there. It was too awkward to approach. Oh, man, never be too awkward. Was I there 7-2? Yes, I was there. I was at that game. Next time, come say hi. Canucks traded Linden. They did indeed. Blue's Clues. I like that show. And Sweet Like of Zach and Cody. Yes. Will you be going to some of the Canucks games or most of them this year? I'm not sure yet. I've seen the schedule. I can't go to any Tuesday or Wednesday night games. There's only a few on Wednesday. There's a lot on Tuesday. but there's also a lot on Thursday and Saturday, which are good nights for me. So I could see myself, depending on which seats I'm in probably at half the games this season. Good question. All right, guys, let's do 5 more minutes of Ask Me Anything, and then I'll wrap up. Ask me anything. Can you bring me to a game? We will see, Average Dude. We will see. Could be negotiated. You're going to have to do something nice for me, though. Sushi Murder did a reel the other day where they had 2 staff members dress up in layers of clothes on a hot day, and they asked people if they were Team Salmon or Team... I did not see that. Oh, Justin, by the way, I saw your tweet. Can you put in the chat, if you don't mind, what was crazy about the Nickelback concert tonight? Let us know in the chat. I hope you're okay. Did your kids go through a Barney phrase? No, never, ever. No, they didn't. If people picked them, they got to remove a layer. Which team are you? Oh, Team Salmon all the way. Team Salmon. Man, if it looked like me, it wouldn't be a scary look. Like, it would be a good-looking look-alike. Wizards of Waverly Place, yes, among some other shows. Will you be doing a meetup anytime soon? I haven't decided yet, but if I do, it'll be in August, Harry, not in July. Because July, too busy with my courses and getting ready for my Peru trip. Sam, thank you for asking. Gail went for a check-in in February, and she was fine. A checkup, I should say. So keep praying. I appreciate it, Sam, but so far, so good. I really appreciate that. Yes, I see. Do what you need to do. That's awesome. Take care, Average Dude. I saw a comment, if Price played with the Habs, David wouldn't block any shots from him. Yeah, that was really weird that he just blacked out. I hope he's okay. I saw he started to tweet about it too. I don't know any Transformers except for Optimus Prime, so I'll go with him. Ran out of pizza and beef by the first opening act, so we were the only food stand open with food on the 3rd floor. They had to run to Costco to get frozen beef to make burgers. Wow, that's a bit of a misstep, it seems like. I've only played golf once this year, Bruce. Was at Fraserview, and I sucked. Will you be live streaming on your Peru trip on my birthday? Likely not, Harry. Sorry to let you know that, but I doubt I'll be streaming from Peru. I really want to focus on Jake and what's happening there. But if the time change is if I'm able to navigate it, I might. But no promises for sure. Barney phase, yikes. Thank you, Sam J. Even Price was like, are you sure we won't select Michkov? On the stream the other day when I asked Jacob if he watched Good Luck Charlie, he said that's also one of his favorite Disney shows. I forgot about that. Thank you. Hello, Teddy. Thomas and friends. Will I be attending the Jake Milford? Usually I volunteer at it, but we'll see what happens this year, Harry. I see with a sea of eyes. Friends, I think now is a good time to wrap up. I appreciate we had 100. Oh, here, let's go. Let's do this one. What was the story behind the Miso Media Studio? Whose idea was it? If you're talking about the actual home studio with the photography, I think Jake's always had his eye on it because Jake and Sean have talked about a place where they can do headshots, not just for themselves, but for clients. And if you're talking about Miso Media overall, Sean and Jake just always had a thing for digital media. And I think the name Miso Soup, of course, brought in some of their Japanese, at least their Asian heritage into it. Price felt bad. He apologized on Twitter. Yes, I saw that too. Peru trip. I hope the airline doesn't mess up the bowling balls. Yes. Yeah, we got them. We got them on that trip, Gurpreet, but just later in the trip. And I do not think the Canucks trade for a 2nd round pick. I don't think that they will. Harry, they haven't set their prices yet. But if it's an easy job, maybe they do it for free or for cheap. But Harry, I'll get back to you for sure. But if you've seen some of the pictures I'm posting, they look really, really good for sure. Friends, I'm going to wrap up now. It's 50 minutes in. Thank you. I know, Raymond, you just got in here. Hello, Raymond. Nice to see you. But thank you, everyone, for being here. That was a good night. Overall, I am happy with the pick, and 86% of you, 88% of you in here either like it or love it as well. Don't have Zach Benson FOMO. You just never know, and it's way too early. I choose not to waste my energy on worrying about stuff like that. Rather be happy with the Willander pick, and we will see what happens tomorrow. We'll see if the Canucks make any trades, any moves, and if they get anyone of significance. Yes. So thanks everyone for being here. I will not be streaming tomorrow night. Going to take a break tomorrow night and just actually have a work function anyways. So I won't be streaming tomorrow night, but I'll let you guys know what I'm doing. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do my member stream. Because member stream is usually the last Wednesday of every month. So I may... Yeah, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to reschedule my member stream for next week, and I'll figure out the best day to do it. I can't do it on the Wednesday because I'm actually working. So I'll probably do my member stream on the Tuesday or the Thursday next week, but I will figure that out as well. Okay, now I'm going to go. So moderators, thank you for doing what you need to do. Didn't look too busy, and that's a good thing. Legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Andrew Chang, thank you for your support. Hall of Fame franchise members, thanks for your support as well. Always appreciate all of you. Never take you for granted. Fangirl and Coach Rob, thank you for the donations. Carol, thank you for the gift of the membership that went to your average dude. And to anyone else who subscribed tonight, thank you and welcome to the CCC crew. You are always welcome here. Thanks to my sponsors, Advanced City Experts Real Estate, Perform and Transform, Personal Training and Weight Loss. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. On your way out, subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, become a member, upgrade your membership. And once again, thank you for being here. An eventful day and hopefully the start of something good for the Vancouver Canucks. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. And earlier today, I decided that I'm going to dedicate my entire life to finding a cure for insomnia. And I will not rest until I find it. God bless. And go Canucks go. Booyah.